What is going on, guys? Thank you so much for coming back to Cobra TV. I was going to record a video, but instead, I figured I would come live and technically record a video live and spend some time with you guys, a little bit of time with you guys. Of course, our SUBCAST is later tonight, and we will be starting our SUBCAST at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, a 2-hour show where you get to call in and have a voice in the No Man's Sky community, where you get to come on and say anything you want, talk about No Man's Sky, heck, even bring up another game if that's what you like. But today, we're going to be talking about No Man's Sky Beyond, all this new juicy info that just came out just a few minutes ago. What is going on, guys? Again, I'm recording this video live. So we've got Daniel, Stubborn Ninja, we got Black Nose Studios, Cat Snack, Butter, I can't say your name. Jack Gall, what's up, Jack Gall? Sean Byers, Magger, Bane Blackguard, who I recently found out I've been calling Bane Blackbeard forever. Red underscore. Guys, let's go ahead and get into this right now. You'll have to excuse my reading. I've worked all night and I should be sleeping right now, but so I might mess up a couple sentences here because I'm very tired. But let's go ahead and get into this amazing news. There's a strange sight in the new No Man's Sky trailer, especially for someone that hasn't touched the game since they put in 20 hours or so back in 2016. Now, guys, I know you already know this. This is just us celebrating together, right? Happy anniversary for No Man's Sky, by the way. Today is the anniversary of No Man's Sky. So, let's go ahead and get into this. I know the article goes on to read, and this is from uploadvr.com. I know No Man's Sky has enjoyed multiplayer support for a while, but next week's Beyond update ups the player count to 32. I'm sorry. 32 players. It does 32 players, guys. I'm tripping off over my own words here. Okay. Okay, so we've got, let's see. Suddenly these worlds I've known to be isolated, even or often hostile, and always alien appear to be brimming with life and civilization. At first, it gives me pause for thought. I know lots of people want this kind of social experience, but there is something to be said for the solitude of solo adventuring, especially in this dystopian universe. 32 players, guys. Maybe I should have recorded this and edited it. Okay, what do you guys think? 32 players? Is that good? What do you guys think? It's more than what I thought it was going to be. Yes, this is 100% confirmed. 32 player lobbies. Imagine the wars, guys. Imagine the wars. Let me see if I can. We have technical difficulties. Okay. All right. There's more here to read, guys. There's more here to read. My game button is messing up just a smidget, little bit. So let's see. Let me fix that real quick. Testing 1 2 3. Testing 1 2 3. I think that is that too loud, guys? Testing 1 2 3. Okay. Well. All right, so Sean Murray isn't concerned about the people that want solitude. Sean Murray's not concerned about the people who want solitude. Not only can you confine yourself to single player should you choose, but in Murray's mind, this brings the game a little bit closer to his original vision. So all those people that still want to play single player, then you still can. Going out into the intergalactic wilderness on your own and then venturing back into a thriving hub of activity where resources are traded and victories are hyperbolized. That's sci-fi, Murray says. We're getting to the juicy bits here. Down here it says, instead, Beyond wants to level that playing field. That's why Hello Games is calling the third core pillar of the update previously unrevealed until now, No Man's Sky 2.0. No Man's Sky 2.0. That's what I should have titled the video. Think of it as giving the entire game a tune-up, an overhaul. That's me adding overhaul. In Murray's words, it's a chance to really fill in the detail and deepen some of the ways of playing, while also making sure new and returning users don't get lost. He presents a comically long list of tweaks, changes and additions that address all areas of No Man's Sky experience. It includes things like creature writing, farming, cooking, new galactic maps, brand new galactic maps, plural. I don't know why it's plural. New galactic maps, NPC encounters on planets, bigger bases, NPC encounters on planets. I get to kill my Gek. I'm sorry. Gotta hold myself here. Gotta calm down. All right. NPC encounters on planets, bigger bases, and much more. There's even a logic system in place which the Hello Games team has used to build their own take on Rocket League on one planet. What? Murray tells me the list of changes is more than twice as big as 2018's No Man's Sky Next, which was no small update either. Wait, let me go back and read that. There's even a logic system in place which the Hello Games team has used to build their own take on Rocket League on one planet. What? So we can now create our own little mini games inside No Man's Sky. Oh my god, guys, a logic system? I don't even know what that means. But I know what they're doing with it. They're creating Rocket League inside No Man's Sky. Obviously, we are here to talk about the VR. No. I want no. I want the VR. I've got a VR. I want to play VR. But you just said a lot of stuff that you just can't. You just can't get somebody all worked up and then say you got a headache. I'm sorry. Oh, VR. Okay, so obviously we're here to talk about VR, but these changes are just as crucial to that part of the game. As you probably already know, everything we're talking about here applies to the VR version of No Man's Sky, from the multiplayer to the farming and, yes, the creature writing. Ooh. Not only have they been carefully inserted into an already massive game, they've been tamed and optimized for the unwieldy world of headsets. It sounds like a Herculean effort, but from what I've seen so far, the implementation is nothing short of magnificent. I remember watching Murray talking about the possibility of No Man's Sky in VR all the way back in 2014 when PSVR was Project Morpheus and Oculus was still on its second development kit. It was time when the industry was beginning to establish the ground rules for VR development, and one that set out very early on was simple. No ports, and yet No Man's Sky VR rarely shows the seams of post-launch integration, reacquainting myself to the game in a radical new form with Valve's something labyrinth. They're saying a lot of stuff here, move controllers and all that stuff. I'm new to VR. I just bought my VR headset not too long ago. The scale, oh my god, he says, of initial development. Our character does technically fit inside the ship and fits inside the vehicles, all of that kind of thing. You just play it and you think, no, in my head the ship was really big. And it's really, who wrote this article? And it's really effing small. It's mind-blowing going through the doorways and stuff. Technically, the character does fit through it, but it feels like I'm going to bump my head. Ooh, that is so cool. I feel like, oh my god, that crate? How low down has that crate been? How low down has that crate been? Huh? I feel like, oh my god, that crate. How low down has that crate been? I don't know. How low down has that crate been? What the heck? What am I reading here? Hold on. It's just... Is this real? Is this real? I'm deleting the channel if this isn't real. How low down has that crate been? I don't know why, but I'm stuck on that. I'm sorry. Let's focus. Guys, come on, focus. Go to IGN and hear it from the man himself. All right. Boy, Sean Murray looks scared. Doesn't he look scared? Like he's turning into an alien. All right, let's check this out. Hey, come on. Oh, there's an ad. Yeah, I've lost it a little bit, guys.
Took these 3 updates, which themselves had gotten quite big, and put them together, and that became Beyond. One of the first things that we announced was virtual reality. It's been this pet project in the team, and we always felt like, you know, that was our dessert, right? There were all these other features that for us were maybe more like less interesting or were more our vegetables that we had to get out of the way, right? Because when you're making a game, there's always little things that are a bit boring, but you know are important. But this was like exciting, and so we kind of held off on doing it for a while. And a couple of the team had been working on virtual reality, and they had said, and we had said to ourselves, it will just be, you know, a reasonably direct port, which there's nothing wrong in doing. But when we sat down and played it, it started to feel really natural, and probably one of the biggest things with it was it made exploring feel more interesting, and it made multiplayer feel more interesting. Right? And exploring is such a key part of the game, right? If that becomes more fun, then the whole game becomes more fun, right? So we were really enjoying that. We were like, right, we need to make this bigger. We need more time on this. More of the team needs to work on it, and more of the team wanted to work on it because they were excited about it. And we started adding support for PSVR, which is a huge undertaking and a huge challenge. Oculus, Index, Vive, kind of supporting all the major headsets, and then all the major controllers and things like that as well. And then we started revisiting the game and thinking, wouldn't it be nice if when you sit into the ship, you actually hold a joystick in your hand, you actually hold a throttle. And then once we had done that, which felt really good, it's almost like, you know, when you start cleaning a little bit of a wall and then you realize how dirty the whole rest of the wall is, you're like, oh, now we've done that, we've got to make this work better and this work better. So No Man's Sky has a lot of different control schemes.
So I'm not entirely ripping their video off without any transformative content, I'm going to pause it right here. So he's describing, you know, I guess, you know, they started working on VR and it was great, and he's leading up to you know what, I'm still blown away that this is No Man's Sky 2.0. And that it's basically gotten an overhaul. And we've seen in the trailer the variation updates. Variation to the landmass as well, like the landscapes. Okay, let's go ahead and continue.
It's got, you know, vehicles, it's got ships, it's got, you know, submarine, it's got a terrain manipulator, base building, planetary traversal, all of these kind of things, and we went back through each one of them and basically remade them from the ground up to work in VR, which was a really fun challenge. It was really fun to do, and we learned a lot doing it. Hopefully that game feels quite natural in VR. We had already added multiplayer to the game, which was a neat thing, but generally people play in kind of 4-player groups, right? Join a lobby together, play as friends together, and generally, you know, it represented maybe 10 to 20% of what people did in the game, right? Which is good, it's fine, but we knew that people who played in multiplayer just had way more fun, right? There's something really nice about exploring together, kind of thing. And we knew these moments were really cool, so we started thinking about a much more expanded online experience. So that was one of the other strands that we were working on, which is another part of Beyond. So we've started to make it, I don't want to say massively multiplayer because that has loads of other connotations, right? But we started to make it a lot of players online, right? We started to have much higher player numbers. We started to make it so that everyone is online. What that means is if you go to a planet and somebody is already there, then you will see them, right? If you go to a space station and someone's already there, you'll see them. And we added a social space to kind of bring everyone together. A bit like if people have played Destiny, a bit like Tower, right? Where whenever you go there, there are people there, there's a hub. And we upped the player count to 32 players. Depending on platform, you'll see 32 players in the Nexus, which is our social space, and you can also see them in the wild as you go and play the game, which is really cool and really changes the game, and it's absolutely crazy to see, you know, in amongst that, VR players, right? Just wandering around in their headset, waving to you because they've got control over their hands or whatever. So we have this social space now, which really kind of impacts all parts of the game. Because previously you've been upgrading your ship or you've been upgrading your suit or whatever, and no one could really see that. You're just sort of doing it for yourself. It's suddenly so much more engaging when you're working hard for those things, when you can just park up your ship and everyone else can see it, right? Every time you go to the Nexus. And you go to the Nexus a lot, if that's what you're into, because there's loads of shops there, lots of new shops, lots of ways to upgrade your character and your ship and your weapon, which are all there, which is really kind of neat part of the game. It brings together a load of parts that felt a little bit disparate into more of a whole, right? If you were a returning player as well, it's great to just kind of come in there and you have, you know, almost a quick restart of where you were. So there's a multiplayer mission board, you go up to it. In that social space, when you do, any of the players around you get a message, you know, Sean is starting a mission, so you can go and join that mission, then you're in a fire team together. Everyone who goes to the Nexus kind of goes in without any loading time. It's just something that they summon in, they fly in and land, and they can see other players who are there at the same time, right? So you just start to kind of randomly group up with players, start doing a mission together.
So it's like a visual lobby. You could just summon the lobby, go into the lobby, and oh, that's just so amazing.
Missions are things like, you know, bounty hunting, or, you know, it's No Man's Sky, so it's things like archaeological missions, digging up bones, or taking photos, or whatever, right? And sometimes it's things like base building. What we find is people are given a little base to build. There's like 4 of them, they join up into kind of a group or a fire team, and they fly down to a planet and they have to start building a base with, you know, these 3 things in it. And they start building a base together, and they've never met each other before in their life. And then suddenly they've basically built a little home, and they stay together in their group, and they start playing together, and they keep expanding that base. So that's what we want to do, is take some of the best moments of No Man's Sky before, of people randomly meeting each other or randomly building a base together, and bringing them together, right? And it also really helps bring out that multiplayer aspect, because now you don't need 3 other friends who own the game, right? You can just meet random people easily at any time, just summon in that Nexus, fly in, and start playing with them.
No Man's Sky 2.0.
And then...
All right, so now we're going to talk about No Man's Sky 2.0. So there was a lot of information there that we are going to have to digest. A lot of stuff there that we're talking around the Nexus and things that we could do together, we're going to have to digest. We're going to do all of that tonight. So I'm going to get all of my preparation. I'm not going to bed. I'm going to be up, and we're going to have the SUBCAST tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we are going to just digest all of this information. It's going to be, we're going to think about it, right? It's going to be a thought-topsy, like an autopsy. Maybe that's not a good word. Let's continue watching.
Kind of third pillar of the game, which... You know, we told people about virtual reality, and we told people about, you know, online early on. We thought we were doing really well because we told people way more than we normally do before release. Normally we don't say anything until the game's about to come out, or until an update's about to come out. So we were like, the community will be fine. We'll just tell them that there's 3 things and here's 2 of them. And that will be way more than we've ever told them. That will be cool. But of course, they completely fixated on what the 3rd thing was.
Yes, we did, Sean. Yes, we did. You see, this man's watching us. Oh my God, that is funny. Okay, I'm not going to break my PC. I'm not. What's number 3? Okay, let's continue. Sorry.
That's right. It's been really interesting to watch for us because
I bet
everyone has something different that they want that 3rd thing to be. And I think that's really reflective of our community as a whole, that they are all playing the game in different ways. Some people do base building, some people do farming, some people are all about exploring, right? And they often can't even understand each other. They're like, you spend all of your time doing missions? Who are you, you know? It's really fun to watch. But it's really interesting as a developer, as a designer, that there's so many different ways to play the game, and that you're trying to pick things that they would really enjoy, you know, and would mean something to them or resonate. And that 3rd strand that we've been working on is actually to try and do that, right? Luckily, because if it was one feature, I don't think it would keep, you know, would manage to satisfy people because they play it in so many different ways. Luckily, what we've been doing is a lot of features, right? And it is a really large amount. This is our kind of largest update to date.
A really large amount, guys. A really large amount.
Next was quite large. When people see the patch notes, they'll see that there's about twice as many features as what Next has, which is pretty insane, actually, when I think about it. So there's all sorts of things. If you're into you know, kind of farming, right now you can farm like plants and things like that. Now you'll be able to farm animals. You'll be able to build like milking machines and tame and milk creatures. You can do creature riding. You can also build much more expanded bases, more than you've ever been able to do before. Bases that have much more creativity, so you can have electricity in them, you can have logic, so you can build little mini computers, or you could build your own little mad version of Rocket League or something like that, right? You can play in all these things multiplayer. And because we've expanded base building, actually a really cool thing is that from the social space, from the Nexus, you can share those things in the Nexus. And we will feature certain bases and stuff. So people can go to the Nexus and just see not just your ship and your loadout and how you look, but they can also see the base you've built, which is really cool. That really makes you want to make that better. More things we've done to make base building deeper. We've added kind of industrial building parts, so people can build miners and extractors and batteries and solar panels and loads of things like that, which is a whole other way to play the game. And it's basically just a huge raft of features. There's a new galactic map, a new discovery page. For people who like exploring, there's a new alien word system. You can meet aliens now, NPCs kind of walking around on planets. You can meet them walking around on space stations. They've got new quests and stuff. So we want, for people who have played even 1,000 hours before, we want it to feel, you know, fresh and deeper for them. You know, that it's trying to bring as many of those disparate elements back together as one kind of cohesive whole, and each one feeling like it's valid, like it was there from day one. So that's why we're kind of calling that third pillar version 2.0. We're upping the version number to 2, and we're trying to wrap together so many updates from the last 3 years into one whole that we will continue to update from there, but it's really important.
So there we go. We will continue to update from there. I know this feels like this is the last update ever, because it is just, I saw somebody in the chat there saying, I had to pinch myself. Is this real? You know, you guys, a lot of you know I was recently in a very horrible car accident. And now I'm starting to think, am I in a coma? Am I just making all of this up? Because No Man's Sky 2.0 feels like a brand new game. Like we're getting No Man's Sky Part 2, the sequel.
Milestone for us.
If you want more from No Man's...
Okay, that is it. Thank you, IGN. Let me get the link out to you guys. I want to show some support because they just delivered something really amazing for us. And thank you, IGN. Thank you so much. Really amazing video right there. Show some love to IGN, maybe on their YouTube channel or something. Tell them Cobra TV sent you, because we just did watch their video. So, but let's show them some support. Anyways, there was a lot there to digest. Let's go back. I'm more interested right now. Okay, we heard farming animals and milking them. So you can play. Oh, never mind. I'm not even going to bring up Star Wars. Okay, so I'm going to have to go back later, and I'm going to have to take notes. But let's go back and look at the Nexus. There was so much there to see on the Nexus. Here we go. Here's some Nexus scenes.
Everyone together.
And he said that there were that there were shops and things that are going to be featured inside the Nexus, like your base and stuff like that. Okay, look at all this stuff here. And the ships look so big, guys. The ships look so huge. Can you imagine what that's going to look like in VR when you literally have to move, like tilt your head up and look at your ship, walk underneath of your ship? I'm going to be underneath my ship acting like I'm working on it, you know, like, oh man, my warp drive is just going out on me, so I got to torque this and I got to go kill a Gek and use its blood to get it working again. You know what I'm saying? But no, I'm not. I wonder what these green things are. And we can farm animals. That means we can... I wonder if there's like a limit, like what kind of animals that we can ride. If there's like a limit, like, nah, that one's too big, you can't ride it because you can't even saddle it. You know what I mean? Like, can we ride the flying animals? That's what I... And they got like a redstone type thing that they're adding into No Man's Sky, like redstone from Minecraft. I'm not I never played Minecraft a lot. My son plays it all the time. I don't know a darn thing about redstone, except for I know people use it to build computers and other amazing things inside Minecraft. And it, I guess that's what they're calling their logic system. They said that, I'm sorry, Lightning McQueen. Look, I think we've established how I feel about the Gek. All right, I'm sorry. So, anyways, so it's got like a redstone type thing. So if you guys know a lot about redstone, know a lot about what it does and how people build computers of it, I would like for you guys to call into the show tonight to tell me how that works, because it sounds like they've added a very similar system inside No Man's Sky. Man, just look at this place. Look how big it is. 32 people. 32 people, guys. I want to go up. I forgot. I think it was Stuart Ellis. I can't see it anymore. Somebody did donate to the show, and I think it was Stuart Ellis. I'm not entirely too positive, but thank you so much for donating to the show. I do appreciate that. Look at this place, guys. This Nexus is where we're going to have the subcast from after Beyond is released. We will be doing the subcast, which is a podcast with The subscribers here on Cobra TV, you don't have to be subbed. It's just a cool name that I thought of. SUBCAST. So that way you guys could just join and have a voice inside the No Man's Sky community, have a voice inside the Cobra TV community, so you can come on and just talk about whatever's on your mind. And those shows are now going to take place inside Nexus. This place is huge. Look, it even goes up. It goes around the corner and there's a ramp that goes all the way up there. I'm not seeing the shop. Well, look, there's a Quicksilver shop right there, guys. There's a Quicksilver shop right there. And I don't think we're going to have to wait until community events to get Quicksilver. Okay, so hold on. Yep, all that data mine files that we talked about, that we've been talking about for a year. It was there. It's there. And then some. And then some, guys. Let's go back to that. I just want to get a better look at this, at Nexus here. There's a couple more scenes. Let me see if I can find them. There we go. Yeah, see? The ramp goes all the way up there. So there's the Quicksilver shop right there. And there's some flags hanging up right there, I see. Oh, no. Look to the left. What are you doing turning around like that? What is that green stuff? And so that cube must be where we go to find, like... I guess you would call them leaderboards of like discoveries and of ships and stuff like that. Not ships, I'm sorry, but bases that they're going to feature. You could also go there to matchmake. I don't even know what that is, but it looks awesome. There's just so much to see, so much to digest of what we read and what we've heard. Look at this ship, guys. Look at the detail that is on this ship. Look at the smoke burn down at the bottom from when you're entering the atmosphere. Look at that. And we can see down that hallway too. Probably not for long. So I wonder what's up there. I can't exactly see what's up there. Look at this place. There's one of these, one of those companion robots. And it's doing something to this, whatever that is. Looks like it's... Oh, look, there's some kind of display on it. What is that? I don't know. Oh, guys. Let me take a look at the chat here and see what everybody's saying. This update makes the previous updates look like a patch update. LOL, says Alex. Oh, yeah, it does. The PC Game article stated you could still play alone. Yes, you 100% could still play alone. I mean, just think about the sheer size of the... Think about the sheer size of the galaxy that we play in, right? It's a universe. There's multiple galaxies. But think about the sheer size that the galaxy is. You can hide. I'm pretty sure you're not going to be able to hunt somebody down. You know what I mean? If you don't want to be found... You're not going to be found. And I'm pretty sure if you go to Nexus, I don't think that we're going to be able to shoot each other inside Nexus. It's probably going to be like a safe zone. Yaucha says there's a ledge above and behind the cube too. Looks like we'll be able to get there as well. Yeah. Dave Langer says, Cobra TV, did you see what looked like a scanner and a turret in the trailer? I did, on top of what looked like a base. Cobra TV, get coffee, loads of it. I am getting coffee right now. Beyond releases August 14th, says Bane Blackguard, time to be Space Pirate. There was just so much information. I'm gonna have to go. I'm not leaving yet. But I gotta take notes. I gotta be ready for the subcast tonight. I am not sleeping. I've got to get me some super coffee. 32 for PC, 16 for console, I reckon. I don't think so. I don't think so. I think it's gonna be 32 for both. I think they would have separated it in the announcement there. Condition read there was weapon fire in the Nexus rewind. Really? How far in? Can you give me a minute marker there? Condition read. The song that I'm playing, I don't know the title of it, but it's from TeknoAxe. You can find him on YouTube. He makes copyright-free music for everybody. The guy's amazing. TeknoAxe is awesome. Dave Lamer, Cobra TV, also may have to look at the data mine files again tonight. All that food crafting is in the game, it seems. Yes. Yeah, we're going to be talking about all that. IGN article says 16 to 32 players. Upper limits for PC.
Discovery uploaded.
Thank you so much, Joseph Martin, for subscribing to Cobra TV, buddy. Thank you. Big shout out to Joseph there. 16 to 32 players. I'm trying to find it. Right here. Central to that is the Nexus, a new social space that can be summoned without an apparent loading time into any system that you're in. A space station lobby of sorts. The Nexus will be filled with 16 to 32 other players dependent on platform. Star was 100% right. Starkwolf. So let's give a shout out to Starkwolf for pointing that out. Ooh, what do you guys think about that? 16 players for console, 32 players for PC. That's what it sounds like to me. So big shout out to Starkwolf. 16 is still awesome. Perhaps 16 versus 16 or 32 collaboratively. Well, it says dependent on platform, with the upper limit being for PC. So yeah.
Discovery uploaded.
Thank you so much, Sua Sponte, SUA Sponte 75. Thank you, buddy. Yeah, we thought, actually, we were saying 12 for there for a little bit, so 16 is still good for console. So 32 people for PC and 16 for console. I don't think that there's a mention of crossplay. Let me continue reading here. Actually, let's go over this entire article. I don't know what we've missed here, so again, thank you, Stark. Let's see, there's a lot of filler up there. No Man's Sky VR. So Oculus Touch, PlayStation Move, and DualShock 4. There are dozens of control schemes, and yes, you can choose between teleporting or walking normally and new UI screens. Everything that can be done in the base game can be done in VR, meaning you can also join non-VR players with no restrictions other than them not being able to fist bump you. It's obviously not as simple as letting you control your character's head directly. It's not simple? Of the 3 pillars of Beyond, it's by far the most tangible set of changes. Strapping on...
Discovery uploaded.
C. Roberts, what is up, buddy? Thank you so much for subscribing. Big shout out, bud. Brent Walmsley? What? Brent Walmsley, what's going on? Brent is another one of the old co-hosts from Cobra TV back in, what, 2015? 2014? 2015? It's kind of funny because we met arguing with each other on Facebook. Thank you, Brent. Thank you, buddy.
Technology recharge.
Okay, 4 minutes and 53 seconds. We're going to check that out. Condition red. 4 minutes, 53 seconds. So, strapping on an index and looking around No Man's Sky, neon-hued worlds is fantastic, and taking off in the cockpit of your ship is better. We saw in the other trailer that we got yesterday that when you're sitting in your cockpit and you look out your window, your front windshield, you could literally see the nose of your ship. It's that realistic. But even seasoned players will require some retraining to get used to it all. Controls are fundamentally different from activating your analysis visor by tapping on the side of your head to navigating menus by physically prodding at holographic displays. Well, that sounds kind of cool. That wink into existence out of the back of your space gloves. Ooh, that sounds really neat. Once you're used to it, it's remarkably intuitive. I make a joke about wanting to be able to just punch the carbon out of an alien plant instead of using my mining laser, and a developer tells me to try it. It works, he says. That interactivity is key. VR in No Man's Sky isn't a gimmick for just looking at pretty things. Instead, it's a full third perspective in which to play the game alongside third-person and first-person TV views. And with all the attendant changes that takes to develop, just like those modes, you might switch between them at a whim just for a change of pace, or let's face it, to stop sweating up your VR headset. You have to you have that option. Okay, and it's a viable one. Let's see, No Man's Sky Online. Let's read No Man's Sky Online. So we read the 16 to 32 players, friends, random strangers. It will include new shops, new missions, even new story elements, guys. For all the people out there that wanted story, new story elements. The Nexus, it turns out, is a ship belonging... Oh, who said it? Sword! Sword said it! Sword said it! Oh, wait, no. Sword, okay. No, it's the Anomaly. Okay, I thought they were just saying something different. It's Polo and Nada, who longtime players will recognize immediately. It's been designed to help players show off their creativity from their ships to their bases, aided by a teleport that will allow players to visit your planetary creations and will even allow Hello Games to feature its favorites. Yeah, Hello Games can share their bases as well. Murray's at pains to say that No Man's Sky isn't becoming an MMO, but he has a useful alternative touchstone, Destiny. Apart from Murray constantly saying that Hello Games has added fire teams when the game calls them groups, there are other comparisons. The Nexus acts as No Man's Sky's version of the Tower, for instance, but on a broader level. This game is also nabbing Destiny's gentle sway from lonely play to co-op with strangers. If you land on a planet other players are exploring, they'll just be there. If there's a community event on a specific planet, that 16 to 32 player limit will still be in effect, making things a touch more crowded than we're used to from No Man's Sky. I'm all for it. I'm all for it. If you want to head out together, you can organically make a fire team. Sorry, group. In the Nexus, take a new multiplayer mission and exit to the same system with little to no fuss. It's less of a fundamental change than next multiplayer editions, but it might have a more fundamental effect, making it so much easier to meet and work with other players. Should increase how much you want to play with them. Now for the juicy bit, No Man's Sky 2.0. The final, most mysterious pillar of this update is actually a stack of smaller updates. So many, in fact, that Hello Games is choosing to take the step of upping No Man's Sky version number all the way to 2.0. As a marker of the size of this undertaking, Murray tells me to look at the change list for the next update. It's long, comprised of almost 250 bullet points worth of tweaks and additions. Beyond list is apparently almost twice as long, almost 500 changes. The idea here is that Beyond shouldn't just represent the enticement to potential new players, but state that those who've already played for hundreds, even thousands of hours, their requests might be smaller in scope than the two other pillars, but are made more meaningful by the sheer weight of time played. If you've had little issue with the game, Hello Games hopes to have that fixed by Beyond. That community-focused approach to fixes and additions is why, at first glance, the slice of Beyond's change list I'm shown is almost hilariously varied. There's the fundamental stuff: a new galactic map, brand new alien races, more accessibility options. There's also small scale, very specific stuff. Chairs can now be sat in. Oh, it sounds so stupid to be excited about that, but I am. NPCs actually walk around. There are recipes to make, although we're not told for what. And then there are the oddities, the kinds of things that only truly longtime players would think to ask for, like how alien creatures can now be ridden, farmed, or milked. One of the most exciting elements is the expansion of base building, not only allowing you to make bigger, but more complex structures. There are industrial elements for auto mining resource production. Sounds like Satisfactory, the game. Not to mention logic pieces that will allow you to build smart structures, not unlike Minecraft's Redstone. When I walk into Hello Games' gameplay room, a group of devs is playing a version of Rocket League they've built on an abandoned moon. It's clearly pretty malleable. The 2.0 changes are by far the least starry of Beyond's three facets, but I think they're probably the most significant. As Murray puts it, it's just a lot of stuff. It's just a lot of stuff. And we wanted to get that across. Some people will say, oh well, online isn't for me, or oh well, VR isn't for me, or VR and online isn't for me. But even then, we still have more stuff for them. I tell Murray it sounds like he's been busy again. He emits something like a laugh, living inside a sigh. Too busy. Somehow I don't think he's going to slow down. So for the people that do not want VR or can't play VR and don't want to do online, Sean Murray's quote is, "We still have more stuff for them." So what I'm looking at here is a gigantic overhaul to the entire game. That's what it looks like to me. There's a graphical improvement. There's another scale improvement, which we saw a major scale improvement when Nexus was released. And here we are again. We thought Next, guys, come on. We thought Next was like, amazing, right? It was like, well, what are we looking at here? It doesn't look like No Man's Sky anymore. It looks like something different. It looks like something cooler. And here we are with No Man's Sky Beyond, adding fundamental, like these massive things like full VR, that all the VR press who's been reviewing this game in VR are telling us that, wow, Hello Games did what a lot of developers cannot do. And they pulled it off. And then we got online, 16 players for console, 32 players for PC. We've got the ability to, you know, it looks like there's a graphical improvement or something's different with the fauna. There's new alien races. You could cook, you could farm animals, breed animals, and milk them. I wonder what the animation for that looks like. Milking the animals. No Man's Sky Black Hole's question number 1. Can players establish a base on a planet they visit via the Nexus? If they can, the Nexus is the fast travel system for the whole game. Ooh, I don't know. Oh gosh, I don't know, man. Oh gosh. Bane says Next was a complete overhaul, but I agree with Sean. Beyond is bigger. The things added with 2.0 are huge. Southern Card says, gotta say, as a primary solo player, I'm much more excited now. The additions sound great and finally gives me a reason to play multiplayer. Just think about what the game's going to be offering outside of multiplayer. 4 minutes and 53 seconds. Let's see if we could go back to that. Someone said they saw some boltcaster fire. 4 minutes and 53 seconds. We'll go 4:48. $51. So is that dude over there firing up to the sky? Is that what you guys are talking about? Something is definitely shooting up into the air unless that was a glitch. The only thing I see in that area is that companion robot, unless there's somebody down here shooting up into the air. Visual glitch? I think it could be a visual glitch. We can take a look at that again. It could be a visual glitch. I don't know. That definitely looks like fire. Like multi-tool fire. Or not multi-tool, but it definitely looks like something shooting. It's so fast. I don't know. What do you guys think? Yeah, he didn't say anything about the inventory. It does, unlikely, Sam. It looks like it's coming from behind the lobbies there. A glitch, says Peaceful Gamer. It could be a visual glitch. So this must be the symbol for Nexus up here. This circle with this line. Oh, guys, I am so excited. People shooting, says Croto Garcia. Yeah, it could be anything. It could be anything. I don't think. I don't know if they would. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. Kate Pankhurst, thank you so much for subscribing, Kate, and for Whoops. Thank you, Cage, for subscribing and joining the cult of the Atlas. We're not a cult. It's just it's a Corvax joke. It's a Corvax joke. Ships look way bigger. Yes, Jacob, the ships are scaled up big time. Early release for PS4 players. Ha! We could wish, Black Note. We could wish. If you guys are curious, I do have a PC that is capable of running No Man's Sky very high. So I will be playing both PC and PS4. Yes, Kyle Simpson, yes, we do know what the third pillar is. It's called No Man's Sky 2.0. It brings things like farming animals, milking animals, missions. No, wait, no, it's an update to the entire game. There's too many things to list. Cody, I'm loving the bigger ships as well. Yaucha says August 14th. Yeah, guys, look, this is huge. This is absolutely huge, and we got all this information on the anniversary of No Man's Sky. If you follow me on Twitter, go retweet the happy anniversary tweet that I put out for Hello Games, and just retweet that out. You can follow me on Twitter at XXXCobra. 2.0 baby, says Legacy Zero. 2.0 is 100% right. Thank you, Yaucha. Thank you, buddy, for hitting that like button, buddy. I know, I want it now, but 5 days, guys. 5 freaking days. Cobra, are you going to milk a Gek? No. No. These things are going to be walking on the planet. I'm going to be shooting Gek. What else? Cooking. Cooking has been added into the game. You got cooking. You've got... there's so much that I'm going to have to go through and really take notes so that way we could really open up the discussion tonight on the show. Like I said before, I'm not going to bed. I'm staying up. Man, there's multi-levels to the Nexus. What is down that hall there? And there's another hallway here, down here. Man, there are just landing pads everywhere, guys. How crazy is it going to look if you're on PS4 and all of a sudden there's 16 player models all around you? And on PC, you walk in on a planet or go into Nexus and there's 32 player avatars. And you could all get together. I wonder what would happen. I wonder what happens. Think about this. Think about this for a second. What would happen if there's somewhere in... Okay. Say Legacy Zero gets his bros together. There's 32. Let's just say 16. I don't know if he plays on PC or PS4, but let's just use PS4 right now. So, say Legacy Zero goes to a planet that already has 16 people on it. And he takes 16 people with him. I wonder what that's going to look like. I wonder if you just don't see them, or if you see them as orbs. Yeah, 32 PC, 16 console. I don't think I can slow this down. This is on IGN's website. But there is some more. Let's see if we can go through here and find some more stuff to look at. This we've already seen. Here's that we've already seen. And if you guys want to hear the interview, just go back into the, just search back into the video, and we listen to the entire thing here. Here's more of the Nexus. Not too much extra footage, but there is. So what do you guys think? Oh my goodness, guys. Oh my goodness. All right. We got Earth Voyager saying, I was also wondering about the random encounters, orbs, walking travelers. Yeah, me too. Me too. Dave Linger says, Cobra TV, this interview should be on YouTube. Just don't appear as Gek in front of Cobra. I won't shoot you guys. I'm going to shoot, the only Gek I'm going to be shooting are the Gek that are NPCs. If you guys are Gek, I'll break bread with you. I'll milk something with you, right? We're going to be milking stuff in No Man's Sky. Oh my God, Revenge of the Survivor. That is just going to add so much content to Revenge of the Survivor. Still hype, yes. So what I'm going to do is get everything put together, get everything that we've just learned all together, and we will regroup at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tonight, where you get to call into the show tonight. And we all get to just go nuts and go crazy about this. Not any specific news about asset and biome variety, but we've seen a lot of new assets. Roasting Gek over an open fire. Dude, I'm down. Let's do it. Let's do it. We'll go on a camping trip and we'll take Gek jerky with us, right? I want to give a big shout out to all the people that subscribed on today's show. Thank you so much for subscribing and joining our community here. And hopefully I won't let you down. And hopefully, we're going to have a lot of fun here. We've been having fun here since 2014. 2014, talking about No Man's Sky, guys. Since the year 2014. Whew, it's been a long time. What an anniversary. What an anniversary. So, all right, guys. I'm going to go ahead and get off of here. I will be back in a few hours. I'm going to go ahead and take notes and get a good show ready. Love you guys. Have a good one, everybody. And stay safe out there.